that two down the pipe. That two lit him up. He had him on skates.
Yeah, he had him.
He had him on skates.
Yeah, with 5 knuckles say to the face. Inside these bars, you in a chokehold. My back fist is one of the greats. Landed with grace though. Cause at the same time it strike you yelling Christ, save me from this hellhole. You lucky these ain't Tim's, bro. Boy, come out to play. Ain't no thing. You can catch the fade.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We rolling. Welcome to Catch the Fade, a podcast where we get beat up in the gym enough and we could just afford a set of microphones. So we're here to give you our opinion about fights, culture, and a whole bunch of shit that you either care about or don't care about. If you do care, subscribe, like the video, share it with your aunties. If you don't care, keep it pushing. Go watch MMA Guru. I don't really care.
Go watch Ariel Helwani.
Go watch Helwani tell you some boring ass shit about how this guy and this guy and Dana's in the work. We're here to talk shit like the group chat.
Facts.
So we just came off of a beautiful UFC 325. They're numbered events now. They're not pay-per-views.
Yeah. Well,
right?
they were numbered events. Well,
Yeah, but now they're just numbered events, right?
Facts. Yeah, it was a good card, man. A lot of fights went the way I hoped they did.
Oh, you got 4 out of 5.
Okay, 4 out of 5.
Correct. And I got so we picked.
We're gonna get into that later.
Are we really?
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yo, you guys stick around. Stick around for the big reveal.
Nah. But yeah, like there were a lot of fights that went. Even some of the undercards that we didn't put on our, on our tally list or whatever the case may be, that went the way I hoped they would have, and so I was happy.
Yeah, let's say I'm not surprised by any of the
and a lot of fighters that I liked walked out with the W, so that I'm happy about.
Same.
Volk. Obviously, we're gonna get into all the fights, but the first one I guess we can go with is Volk.
Volkanovski,
and still, baby,
versus Diego Lopez. Levels.
There's levels to this. Like Diego got to the title and is a fan favorite for a reason. He's a dog. He fights. He doesn't bullshit. He does, you know what I'm saying? Like he's active. He goes out there. He throws haymakers. He's always pushing forward. There's a reason he made it to the title shot so fast, but there's a reason that Volk is Volk. He's Alexander the Great for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, he showed that, all that shit's going to work on the lower level guys. You're going to catch guys, you know what I'm saying, with crazy shots because you are good. You're good enough to catch them with those shots and you're crazy enough to put yourself in the fire, but that's not going to work with me. I'm going to walk circles around you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to make you press me. Everything Volk needs to do and everything Volk did in the first fight is what he did in the second fight. I didn't see anything different.
Yeah, it comes down to adjustments. Yeah. Volk makes live adjustments. Diego Lopez hasn't even made any adjustments.
He didn't make adjustments from the first one.
From the first fight to now.
Yeah.
And I know we spoke about him breaking both of his feet. I don't think that that's as much of a reason or an excuse as just a circumstance of the fight. Volk was good at staying right out of the appropriate range for Diego to be effective. He switched. Even in situations where you go, why did he switch right there? It was just another look. You right in range. Oh, I know you want to throw that lead hook, but here, check this out. Now I'm southpaw. And then he ends up throwing a misguided kick at those legs, trying to get a calf kick going. And it never really could. It was landing a lot on the knee. Yep. The toes were landing on the shin. We both know exactly how that feels. It sucks. And that's with shin pads on.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And Diego didn't use it as an excuse.
No.
Like the post that I saw from him, or the quote was, "You were the better man that night." It had, now I don't know about that night because now it's 2 nights, but that's what he said. But he didn't use it as an excuse. He said, the feet weren't broken before. The feet broke in the fight.
Yeah.
So those feet got broken for a reason, whether they were checks, whether they were Volk staying out of range, so you can't get a clean kick, and next thing you know, you're kicking his knee and his shins. So it wasn't an accident. It wasn't something that happened before. And to be honest, I didn't even really notice it during the fight. So he handled it really well. There were times where I was like, "Ooh, that one hurt."
There was a few times we mentioned it, yeah.
But to be both feet broken, I didn't expect that. So
me neither. Though.
He didn't show it. He definitely hit it well, and he fought through it because the fight stood on the feet the whole time. It's not like he was trying to go down because his feet were like, he was staying up. He was fighting. So he fought through it. And I didn't even notice that he had any broken feet, to be honest. His feet look like mine now, like the way,
Yeah.
like with them,
That
how my
bump is
high
always
ass
at the
arches.
top of mine,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. My shit just look broken all the time, so they look normal to me. I didn't even notice a difference.
Bro, Volk showed a masterful display, bro, of the jab, feints, playing outside of range and being able to kind of enter that void and get shit off. He was getting shit off of feints in the jab the whole entire night, and then he'd circle towards Diego's lead hand and get out of there. And there was really nothing. He pretty much knew there's nothing he's going to adjust to. Diego tried switching stances a number of times during the fight, and Volk would pretty much neutralize that right away. Circle towards the lead hand, feint out, land a low kick, stay nice on the jab, really quick. His timing is amazing, and he definitely showed why there's levels, why he is the greatest featherweight of all time, I think is what most people are saying now, right? And
He tied Jose Aldo, right?
for title defenses.
Yeah. So, I mean, he already tied the person who was considered the greatest to begin with. So now you got the argument. If he wins one more, it's undebatable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
And
I don't know why I thought it was a retirement fight, though.
And the
I just thought it was like, for some reason in my head, this was Volk's retirement fight. So he definitely said Murphy and Mosvar got some stuff going on, and he definitely wants the right person to get the shot. So
yeah, and I was gonna say, like, I feel Volk's competition on that run of title defenses was a bigger caliber, I think, than the Jose Aldo.
Having to fight Max
Holloway three times, you know what I'm saying? Like you're fighting.
That sucks.
The best.
And then he went up to 55, had one of the closest fight Islam's ever been in.
Ever. Yeah.
And who else?
Brian Ortega.
He beat Aldo. He beat Chad
really
Mendez.
Really good fighters.
Yeah, Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez.
Diego twice now. You know what I'm saying?
Twice. That's tough.
Nothing against Jose Aldo. I just don't think there was as many amazing fighters as, at that time as there is now. Like, I feel like the pool of fighters now, the competition is just way higher all around versus at that time.
Yeah.
It was more.
It was top heavy, and you knew who those guys were.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the word I was trying to look for is like, I feel like it's more spread out now. Any of the guys in that
the
division,
top 10 is pretty equally spread. Yeah.
They all could be champions.
Now you got Jean Silva. I'd like to see Jean Silva, Diego, but now one's coming off a loss, one's coming off but I'd like to see Jean Silva get a chance up there. He's screaming at the belt. He's jumping off people's back. He's hitting kick flips and he pop shove it off dudes' backs. So
he looked like Natalie Portman in Black Swan.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He definitely hit an angelic.
Yeah, it didn't look that cool in the original, but when I got that camera angle, that shot from the side, I was like, damn, he looks very angelic the way he's jumping there, Lord Silva. It was a cool.
That was on our thumbnail for our episode last week. Did you peep it? Yeah. Go check out last week's episode. That was also a good time.
We had BSD winning over Dan Hooker. That was a good one. I mean, obviously, I chose Hooker more so out of wanting Hooker to win. I definitely had a feeling BSD was going to pull this one out. It wasn't as easy as I thought BSD would get the win. Dan Hooker was giving him some shots, like always, and BSD got a chin. I think Dan Hooker hit him with some shots.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna be a little hard on Dan Hooker. He's not in there to win.
He's in there to cause havoc.
He's in there to get hurt and hurt as much as he can while he's in there. But he's fully aware of just going in there and going, you know what? I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to take brain damage. And his record is showing that.
Starting to, yeah.
His record is showing that. And he's going to be streaky. But, and here's the main thing. We are going to tune in every single time. And definitely with the BMF belt hanging around 55, you got guys like Michael Chandler and Dan Hooker, and even I think maybe Fiziev now, and depending on what happens with Max and Charles, you got guys in there that everybody wants to see no matter win or loss.
Yeah.
And Dan Hooker's one of them. But I wouldn't count on Dan Hooker going in and getting too many W's. I wouldn't bet too much money on Dan Hooker. Put it that way.
My pick definitely wasn't based on financial
No,
reasons.
no,
It was
no,
definitely
no.
all heart. I like Dan Hooker, and I wanted him to be BSD. But it's not that I didn't see this outcome probably coming. And is that the only one? That's the only one I missed, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now,
You went 4 or 5.
but I really just wanted Dan Hooker to win. But it wasn't a boring fight. It wasn't something that I was disappointed in. You know, Dan Hooker's always going to come out there and entertain, whether he wins or loses, whether he's getting smashed in an entertaining way. Like, he even gets beat up in an entertaining way. Like, you can't beat him up in a boring way.
Yeah, he's a good time. He's a good time.
You know, he's like, oh, if you're going to be on top of me and hold me, nah, I'd rather just let you elbow me from the top.
Facts.
Because that's more entertaining. Like, nah, you're not going to hold me. You're going to elbow me. So
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Fucking let's
So
go. Let's go. Kill me.
fight.
Yeah.
It was a good fight. I was not upset with that one, even though I didn't get the result that we were hoping for. But when we did, Fiziev and Ruffy.
Fiziev versus Ruffy, man.
Let's go.
Wow. That
Let's
went much differently than I assumed it would go. I
Yeah.
thought that'd be a lot tougher for Ruffy. He definitely had Ruffy on the back foot. He had him against the warning track. Ruffy ended up getting the finish.
Yeah.
But man, that 1-2 down the pipe, that 2's timing is so awkward, and he knows exactly when to just throw it on that offbeat, and he lands it and it's very snappy, and it hurts people. And Ruffy, I like Ruffy, you know that.
Yeah.
Fighting nerds. I love Fiziev. Fiziev's another guy I don't care necessarily about the W or the L column. I'm down to watch him fight. I thought he'd do a little bit better, and I thought he'd be a little bit more impressive against his style, just considering what he did against Bahamondes and another lengthy opponent with really fast kicks and that moves a lot. And Ruffy showed that there's also levels to that. And I thought Bahamondes might be right there on Ruffy's level of striking. And then you had even grappling to worry about with Bahamondes. You didn't really have that to worry about with Ruffy. So I thought taking that out of the equation would give Fiziev less to worry about. He's really good at entering range, which he did this fight as well. He just wasn't able to cause enough damage to put Ruffy way out of range. And he caught that 2 down the pipe. That 2 lit him up. He had him on skates.
Yeah, he had him.
He had him on skates.
No, it was a great fight. I think Fiziev was doing really well. And I think Ruffy was having trouble. Like, even though, Ruffy makes everything look cool and stylish and flashy, like, I think he was still having trouble with Fiziev because Fiziev was pressing him.
Pressure.
And he had him against that warning track. He had his back against the fence the whole time. Being against the fence even limits what a person can throw, especially a kicker.
Yeah. Especially when you want to get out of there too after.
You know what I'm saying? So and especially a lot of those flashy and cool kicks that you don't see coming from Ruffy, it's harder to throw those when your back's against the wall, especially against a guy like Fiziev. So I think Fiziev was giving him a lot of trouble. And he adjusted in that second round. Clearly, he got the knockout or the TKO.
Yeah, great timing.
Excuse me. Yeah, but I was a little worried because Ruffy, like, he with the hands down and shit, like, I just felt like he was leaning a little too forward, and it was starting to get me worried.
It's a risky style, but it always is, right? But then you go against somebody like Fiziev, where you've seen him light people up, it gets a little bit more worrisome. You're like, wait a minute, not him though.
He's clean, he's sharp with his shots, so he's not one of those guys who are throwing wild shots in there. So with Ruffy, it was starting to worry me in the fight. Like, I wasn't really thinking about it so much before, but then when I was seeing it in the fight, I was like, fuck, man. Like, he's about to catch you if you don't tighten up with that front hand. And even when you throw him, he rarely brings it up. He's more just trying to dodge that shit than even bring up his defense. But it worked in his favor. I think that's really what helps him have such a quick and snappy jab. It's the fact it's all the way down here. So you don't even see that shit coming. It's almost out of your peripherals, and then it's just coming from down here, and it's boom, extend. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get why he does it, and I do it sometimes.
He throws really good blind shots too.
Yeah.
He throws things out there just to make you have to worry about it, to throw the opposite shot, either level change or something else on the other side. Sometimes he throws them wide. Yeah,
that
he
hook,
throws that nice and wide at your guard.
Like you were calling it out yesterday, like those hooks that he comes off of the angle with, or he gets off the angle.
He gets off the angle really well on him, and he kind of slaps at your guard. He has you worry about something wide. He's off angle now and throws something down the pipe. So that's 2 elements that you're having to worry about, because you're worried about this side with something wide and a straight, but now you're worried about something wide and a straight that's coming from an angle that you're wondering how the hell did he even get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's crafty, and those little things, they start to add up, and especially in a striking chess match like that, those little things will start to add up. Blind shots, angle switches, weird angles and timing, dude. His offbeat stuff is really good. And I think that's what I had called out last night watching it was Faziev's very on beat. It's the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, right? If we're thinking like music. And then Ruffy's really good at the 1 and 2, and he's really good at the ands and the uhs, the And in between, man, that's where motherfuckers get surprised by shots.
Yeah.
And that's why they do so much damage. He probably doesn't hit very much harder than anybody in 55. It's just when he chooses to and when he lands.
It's usually when you're loading up your strike or when you're coming back down from a shot that he might have blocked or checked or whatever. And in that half beat where you're putting your foot down, that's when he's exploding and coming
crafty,
in with that
bro.
fucking jab that's coming from his knees, you know? So it's a very tricky style and it's very risky. I guess you got to be Ruffy to pull shit off like that.
Yeah.
Because I do that shit and I'll catch a fucking head kick. And
I'm not fast enough and my timing is nowhere near.
And I'm faster than most people that I spar and I'll still catch a fucking head kick. So
yeah.
I guess you got to be monkey.
It's timing and speed, you know. It's being in there. It's experience. It's being in there. It's striking against other guys who are at the highest level for years and years and years, and that's what it comes down to. He's very high level. We're definitely with another win or two. Don't be surprised if we see him in title contention or a title shot. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And then this shit show, the next one. This was a shit show, bro.
Well, before you even get to, I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
Like with Ruffy, I don't know what's going on with is he in a fight? Is he a fighting nerd? Is he not a fighting nerd? Is he
starting to look like he might have just
wanted to go train someone? Like he never
he might have just did this camp. Yeah, he might have just did this camp with Volk. Yeah. All news was indicating that he wasn't a fighting nerd anymore. Yeah. He was leaving Sao Paulo to go to Sydney.
And I mean Jean Silva unfollowed him and it was like what is going on here? And then he wins and you got
I understand the Jean Silva being at 45 and definitely he's going to be in title talks. And if the champ that you're working with every day and having conversations with every day and probably becoming really good friends with is my adversary, maybe I just don't want you to see these things now.
But even that, okay, you unfollowed him, but your public Instagram, all he has to, if they really want to look at the shit that you
Google Jean Silva.
Not even. You could still go on his Instagram.
He's famous.
It's not like he's private. You know what I'm saying? So anything that Ruffy would have saw on your page and told Volk before, okay, now he just searches Jean Silva. Oh, did you block him? Because if you didn't block him, then all you got to do is look. So it's, for me, that doesn't seem like a valid reason because it's like, first of all, if he was going to tell him any of your secrets, what is your Instagram going to help? Like, are you putting your secrets on your Instagram? Yeah. If you are, then you're stupid.
So it might have just been petty.
Yeah, I think it was more so like, you're training with the guy that I'm going to eventually be fighting. I think it was more of like a feelings thing. Jean Silva wears his emotions on his sleeve. Like, he's crying over the belt. He's barking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a very emotional person. So I think it was more just like an emotions thing. Like, yo, go fuck yourself. You want to train.
Yeah, facts.
Like, we can't train with you to help you get to where you need to go. You need to go train with my fucking future adversary, you know.
We can't ask him to be that emotional during fight week and that emotional during his fights and have that high energy. And then when something like a friend does something that we wouldn't take that seriously, expect him not to either. Yeah. That comes with the territory. He's not just emotional on fight week. He's not just emotional in the cage and fiery in the cage and passionate about circumstances in fighting. He's probably like that everywhere. So I'm assuming with friendships, he's also pretty passionate and offended, you know?
What his wife goes through on a daily basis.
No, she was barking too. You didn't see her barking with Nina Drama too. She started barking. That's what you need. If you bark, brother, get you a shorty that's going to bark with you. If you bark, you know, you just randomly bark. If I do that randomly, we're at Ale House or something like that, and I start barking, babe, come on, bark after me.
You gonna bark with me?
We gonna bark together. You know, bark with me or leave me. Because I need a shorty that's gonna bark with me.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he got him a real one, man.
You were about to get into, which, yes, it was a fucking shit show, Tai Tuivasa and Taliesin Teixeira. I feel
that shit makes me want to just get fat and just
like the way you feel or the way you said about Hooker, like don't expect him to win this, that. That's me with Tai. Like I don't even expect this man to get any wins anymore.
That's a lot more understandable. I think that's his 6th loss in a row. Hooker streaks. He'll go on win streaks because of his energy. Tai hasn't been on a win streak. He was on a 5-fight win streak at one point, but
because I feel like I haven't seen Tai Tuivasa win a round
since Orlando, right?
Probably
Since that
before
card in Orlando that we went
Was
to.
that his first loss? In the
That's when he
street?
lost to Sergey Pavlovich.
Yeah, man, we must have fucking jinxed him because, damn.
Yeah, I haven't seen a shoey in a minute. The thing is, he fought hard. He fought as hard as he could to his ability against a tough opponent. He tired him out. He hurt Taliesin Teixeira a number of times. Taliesin Teixeira, man, he was exhausted. I don't expect anything less out of somebody who's 6'7", 250 pounds. And I didn't see a muscle on either one of their bodies. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think the muscle mass, the combined muscle mass in that ring, bro. I mean, in that octagon that night, it's low.
Yeah, it wasn't. Definitely didn't look like too much of a showcase of skill. I don't, not shitting on them because professional fighters, but it didn't look like the biggest showcase of skill. It just looked like who's going to be the most tired first and who's going to give up first. Like, not even so much give up, but like who's
Very old school heavyweight.
Yeah, whose body's gonna quit on them first. It's not about skills, and at a point it wasn't even who hits harder because they were both rocking each other and no one going nowhere. Like it. I don't even know. I can't. I'm not a heavyweight, so I don't know what it feels like to be in there in a second round. Tired as shit, carrying around 260 pounds. But Tai don't really look like he does much of a training camp ever.
He had to this time. He was 330. So to get down to the 265 limit, think about how much weight that is. That's almost 70 pounds. Yeah. It's a little easier when you have 50% body fat, but still, bro, that it was just as hard. It was just as hard as anybody's weight cut. And that's what's kind of unfortunate about some of the heavyweight division, because then you have genetic freaks like Cyril Gahn, Tom Aspinall, even John Jones to a certain extent. Even my man, the Dominican, him. Even him to a certain extent. These guys are genetic freaks in ways where Tai Tuivasa, like I said last week, he's just a tough dude who can throw bombs, man, that is good enough to have a contract with the UFC and entertaining enough, because a lot of guys would have gotten cut already. But because he's going to carry a fan base and people still want to see him talk, people still want to see him in there, because even last night, there were moments where he almost got his opponent out of there. Yeah. And his opponent was clearly more skilled, but just as out of shape is what it looked like. Yeah, well, he wasn't able to carry that tempo into the third. And so it was a 3-round fight, man.
We're going to tune in for Tai either way. I mean, it's not like he's headlining a card anyway. So if you put him somewhere in the middle of the card, we're going to watch, because his fights are always fun. They're entertaining.
Somebody could get knocked out.
And especially in Sydney or anything Australia, where he's obviously going to be the hometown guy. So it's cool. It's cool to see him walk out. The pop that he gets when his music plays and he comes out, it's cool. I like Tai, but at some point you got to start thinking about, like, bro, why am I cutting all this weight to go in there and get hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is enough enough? Like, I hate to be talking about someone else when they're done and when they're not done, because only but like, dude, that's a lot of, and it's not like he be losing decisions. They're heavyweights. You're either getting knocked out or TKO
for the most
every
part,
time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many heavyweight fights go to decision, And if they did, how many fucking shots did you take during that fight?
Yeah, even in a 3-rounder last night, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much of a giant punching you in your head.
Exactly. So, that's a lot of damage. On top of the fact that you're cutting 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds every time you fight. So it's like, how much is enough? Like, did you invest your money? Maybe you can call it quits. Do you start selling some shoeys? Maybe find a new fighter who will do a shoey and you sponsor him.
And that's where you start to understand where guys want to leave on a W, bro. Yeah. Because for any other business venture, wins are good. Yeah. So you get that too, where you're like, nah, I can get a W, bro. Like, I know I can get a W, and then maybe I'm out of here because I need to sell these shoeys. Yeah. And we're saying shoeys because we're speaking about Tai, but that's in any investment. If you leave on a win, it's better for your future endeavors too. Give me 1 second. You can lead us into the next thing. I'm gonna pour me some more coffee and take this jacket off. I'm starting to get a little warm.
We got Quillen. Is that you? Yeah, Quillen.
Quillen Silcow.
Quillen Silcow, and he went against Jamie Malarkey. A lot of Quillen, like we expected. That boy's bad. That's a bad motherfucker.
Yo, the space futuristic shit on the inside. Good for
I
you,
know we're in
brother.
Orlando, but the whole country's
I
experiencing.
had icicles on the tree in the back.
For real?
Dead ass.
By the time I woke up, it was like
Bro,
already
icicles.
warmer. So
Icicles.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, we
Little
were
beautiful icicles.
we were at a temperature where if it had any precipitation, we would have got snow.
Yeah,
It just happened
Tampa.
to not be a rainy day.
See,
there.
that's the key.
Yeah.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida, there was, Central Florida, South Central Florida, I guess you could say, was snowy. Like literally just the whole beach was snow.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, it was like 24 degrees this morning, which again is cold enough where if it happened to rain, it is Florida. Rain is not uncommon. It would have snowed. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
we just didn't have no precipitation today.
Yeah, no, it's
Did I
good.
say that?
Good.
You say
Who wants
precipitation?
Precipitation, brother.
Precipitation.
Yeah, but who wants to clean up snow anyway? Anyways,
It's
so
hard. That shit will melt.
what were we on? We were on Quillin Silcow and Jamie Malarkey, right?
Yeah.
Quillin Silcow versus Jamie Malarkey. That we got correct as well.
Yeah.
We figured Quillin would come in, get a big W. I did like that he came in to showcase grappling skills. He wanted people to know, look, that head kick is fire, right? But don't forget, like I can really grapple with whoever. And he came in, he was looking at the commentators. He got a nasty judo sweep. I can't remember. It might not be judo. No, it has to be judo.
And he looked at DC.
He's sticking his tongue out. He's like, what's up? Y'all know who I am.
Yeah, he said,
and he's like that.
DC.
He's like that.
He told him, I did that one for you.
I think he's putting 155 on notice as well. And yeah, that's Jamie Malarkey. He's taken quite a few, L's, especially as of late. But the eye test. I always go back to the eye test. You can kind of
Whoops.
Hold up.
If it's not one thing, it's the other, guys.
Ah, man, look, it's all good though.
I'll be back.
Beep. Quillin Silcow, to me, he's putting 155 on notice. The eye test. I always go back to the eye test. Yeah, it's Jamie Malarkey. Maybe it's not the most prestigious win. But typically you can tell by looking at how a guy fights or how a person fights, because some of the girls as well, you could tell they're a little bit special. I think he's going to get in that top 10. And I think we start seeing him climb up the 155 ranks. He looks extremely skilled.
Yeah. Nah, he's really good, very marketable, very charismatic. He has everything that you want in a champion. He's from another country, so obviously whenever we get a champion from another country, even though Australia is one that they go to all the time, but it's still you love to have a champion from every country in different divisions because it gives that opportunity to really open the market there. You're going to sell out arenas because the champion is from there. So it's cool. I like him. I like the fact, like you said, that he did show some wrestling. Just for, even if in the future he's not using it as much, but it lets everybody know he can, and it only improves his striking. The fact that you got to now worry about the wrestling only helps his striking game. So I don't think he's going to rely on wrestling all the time now, but I just think it's a very good statement to be like, look, that's not where you want to go. You saw what happened to the last guy. So maybe stay on the feet. You might have a better chance. And then he comes with the head
and he
kick.
handles it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I really like the wrestling in that case. I'm not a fucking wrestler by any means, but I can appreciate good wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And then again, the fact that a striker did it, so now you got to worry about going on the ground. So you're like, nah, I'd rather just stand up here because I can strike better than I can get on the ground too. So I like
taking that opportunity and going, I could sauce this dude up in the grappling department. Let me throw that out there almost as a feint to my future opponents.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah. So that was a cool fight. That was man, how many fucking rear naked chokes did we have? Straight. That was 3 straight.
I think that was 3 straight, yeah.
Why is that not on Hard Rock Bet? Why we got stupid shit like
you could probably go to Kalshi.
Where the fuck can you do 3 straight rear naked chokes for $1,000? I mean, I don't got $1,000 to bet right now, but for $1,000, and then you make, I don't know how much that's got to be a fucking 10x.
Gotta be
something. Because who the fuck is betting 3 rear naked chokes in a row? And that was what we got: 3 rear naked chokes in a row.
It got to be more than that because I put 10 to win $2,200. $10 to win 22 63 or something like that. And my picks were Quillin, however, Teixeira by submission, which started to look once Quillin got the win, and then Teixeira went in there. He got mount a couple times. He had side control a couple times. He had the arm underneath. I'm like, yo, I told you. I'm like, this dude's a black, blah, blah. I start feeling like, yo, bro, they need me. They need to hire me. They need to hire me.
Fire Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, get this guy out of here. I'm the new Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like that. And then that didn't happen. But so then I had Teixeira by submission. Then I had Faziev by decision. BSD, however. And then I had Lopez by knockout, because the only way I saw Lopez winning, and even why I picked him in general, was just because he's wild and dangerous, and the way that kind of guy wins is by knockout. But anyway, that would have been $2,200 for $10.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro.
Can you imagine?
3 straight rear naked chokes might get you a yacht.
For real.
For real, bro.
I might pull up to the pod next week in the same studio, but in a Lambo
or
truck.
even two fights to finish by spinning elbow.
Yeah,
back to
like
back.
I never seen that on Hard Rock.
Now you got to go to some other kind of these little special sites where you
the
can bet
shit
on the weather.
That's the shit you bet in like an underground spot, like Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems. Like you can only bet that in person.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, to like a loan shark. Like, hey, this is gonna happen
in Belgium.
That's just not gonna be on a Hard Rock or any of them fucking draft pick. None of them shits.
It gotta be dim lights, candles, all type of vampires.
You gotta know that if that shit don't hit and you don't got the money, you're fucking dead.
You.
They're taking your limb or your fucking child.
You're gonna be a vampire tomorrow. Think about the it's gonna be crazy.
But yeah, we got 3 rear naked chokes. I could barely say that anymore.
So going into our picks of the week, you got 4 out of 5, I got 3 out of 5.
Yeah. If you guys didn't peep on Instagram, we're gonna start keeping a tally throughout this whole year, see who gets more main card fights right.
Yeah.
I don't know what we get at the end, but maybe we'll make up a prize by the time we get there. Maybe we'll fucking figure out something.
It's just a fun way to interact with the fights.
Yeah.
But we'll make keep us on our toes, and maybe we disagree, maybe we agree. This week we had 3 fights going differently and 2 fights going the same. We both were correct in Quillin Silcow and Taliesin Teixeira getting the dubs. We both bet on that. That boy going through it. And then Faziev versus Ruffy. I had Faziev winning. You had Ruffy. You got that one correct. BSD versus Dan Hooker. I went BSD. You went Hooker. I got that correct. And then Volk versus Lopez. I went Lopez. Yeah. Kind of to just shake shit up a little bit, right? You went Volk, obviously. Very correct on that one. So you got 4 out of 5. I got 3 out of 5. I'm going to just stand on my shit. I'm not going to give excuses and say, well, I really thought, because that's whack. Nah, fuck it. I got some shit wrong. I'm down 4-3 right now. Season total.
There's only 1 fight. And it's the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So we good. We got a long way to go. But yeah, we're going to start keeping tabs on that.
You saw how I checked our correct shit on our Instagram story? It's little Tracy Cortez's. That's how you count the correct picks. For real? Like instead of check marks, I put little Tracy Cortez's.
Oh, shit, no, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Shout out to Tracy. Tracy, I'm going to tag you. It is real. Hey, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy's going to be part of the Catch the Fade.
Win a Tracy Cortez at the end.
No. Now I'm going hard on these picks.
Yo, if you win, you get Tracy Cortez at the end. Yo, you about to be research. That's how I'm gonna get Ozzy to research. He about to come with them database. You about to be a nerd, bro.
Man, I take that kind of stuff serious. We got some news because that was pretty much all the fights other than the Tafa fight. That was a fun fight.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Tafa brother. That was that Justin?
Justin Jr.
That was
Junior lost. Junior lost. Yeah.
Lost?
Yeah, he lost. Remember, he got knocked out.
Damn.
No, he got rear naked choke in the last fight of the prelims. Right, he got rear naked. He was one of the rear naked chokes.
All that.
I don't even know. I'm leaving that shit, bro. They think I'm only wrong because I leave all my wrong shit and take out all your wrong shit. Yeah. But still, shout out to the Tafa brothers, man. Just
at
for
least one of them are even still in the UFC. To be honest, the other one got cut.
Damn, and he was the one with the. At least he made a fire edit.
At least he
with that cool celebration.
Yeah, shout out to the Taffa brother for making weight.
No, and honestly, he can probably do well at 205.
He looked good.
Yeah,
Like,
his hands,
body-wise, like he
bro,
looked
his
a lot
hands
better.
are so accurate.
Yeah.
He just ended up kind of getting a little tired out, and this guy's a better grappler, you know, and maybe just work on some grappling stuff. Those guys are a little bit faster at 205, but I'm not like, get him out of here. I think he can. I think he could do good at 205, and I think he'll be more and more in shape as he cuts to 205 more often. So as long as he's disciplined with that. But yeah, moving on to
news, UFC news, just whatever the fuck going on. We got Shav.
Dun, 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 dun. What the fuck are we?
Boy Shavkat, another knee
injury,
another knee surgery. 9 months, his coach said.
You know, that was my pick for sure shot at a UFC title
this year. Yeah,
this year.
I'm already ahead of you on that one.
You got me on that one.
Who did I pick? Did I pick?
You
Ruffy?
don't even know who you picked. Now I'll tell you later.
Oh no, I picked Carlos Prates.
Yeah.
I picked Prates.
Prates, yeah.
So at least Prates
same
still
division
in the run.
Same division
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Same division. I'm not mad at it.
But yeah, Shavkat knee had to have another knee surgery. So they're saying 9 months. So he's probably most likely missing the whole 2026.
Might as well have a baby.
Come back by the time he fucking goes through a camp is going to be 2027. So
yeah, bro.
We're seeing no Shavkat this year, which that obviously does a lot to that division because there's so many guys at the top. But he was one of the names. You know, he's the name that always gets mentioned when Shavkat comes back.
Yeah, if Shavkat's healthy,
So
I think he can get a title. But it looks like he's not going to be healthy.
Shavkat 2028. So it might start looking like, who knows what happens between here and 2027.
I'm going to switch my pick, bro. Ian Gary.
Okay.
From Shavkat to Ian Gary. No, because I'm disqualified now.
At least, you got to at least get another pick because that's not fair.
And I'll stay in the division and I'll stay against the guy who's causing all these knee problems.
Okay.
Ian Gary.
Armin, you mentioned Armin wanting to
Armin Sarukian mentioned
go to 145.
Yeah, he said he talked with his nutritionist. 145 is doable.
Yeah.
They have a game plan to get down there. Doesn't look like it to me, but they know best. They're rich as hell. They got a real good nutritionist, I'm sure. They probably got the same dude who had Dana White eating beans and shit like that. Yeah, Greca or whatever his name is. But yeah, Gary Brecka, Barry Greca, whatever, bro. But yeah, Armand said, look, man, if I don't get a title shot at 55, I'm down to go to 45 and shake shit up down there. And Volk was like, come on there, lad. Come on, mate. You know, he's down for whatever, bro.
Oh, brother. I hope by the time that happens, Volk already retired.
Yeah, for real. Lose to Armand.
Fuck, man. I don't even like Armand.
Yeah, Armand has grown on people lately. Pause. I think a lot of people are starting to like, I'm going to say that, bro.
Even a pause.
Bro, this is what I say in real life. I'm going to say it on camera. I don't give a fuck who says, yo, look at this guy. He's insecure. He's going to say pause. It's just it's embedded in my culture.
Pause. He's been growing on people.
Yo, he's been growing on people.
You say growing in people or some shit. Like you said growing on people. You know?
All right, now I got to pause the pause.
Yeah, unpause that shit. Press play.
Yo, come on, man. Don't ever interrupt my pause again to make a whole segment about that shit, bro. But anyway, so yeah, Armand is he's gotten big in the last few weeks.
Pause.
Same shit, no? Jesus Christ. No, but Armand, with all the streaming and stuff, a lot of people do find him a lot more likable now.
Yeah, I think he's been doing a lot of media shit to like really get his, because he's funny. He's a funny dude. He's like hilarious. A low key, like a Ilya Taporia, where like I'm not even sure they mean to be funny, but they're just, they're I
think that's funny. A style of humor.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's very sarcastic, very almost like they're unaware of
dry humor.
Yeah, like if they're unaware of their own humor.
Yeah.
But I think he has been, not on me. I still like shit like the headbutt and shit like that is what made it's not his personality. I don't give a fuck about his personality, bro. Just fight. It's the shit that he does, like breaking a Dan Hooker's nose, and then Dan Hooker being such a fucking either meathead or dog goes in there and fights Armin with a broken nose that just got broken the day before because the idiot headbutt you, where if you could have just complained about it, they probably would have stopped the fight, still paid you because this guy is a dickhead on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But shit like that, is annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing it to a Dan Hooker who's gonna come out and fight you anyways. You could have fucking slit his throat, and if they could stitch him up, he would have went out there and fought.
Facts.
So and then you do that shit, and then so now there's the question of but which we all know it wasn't a question of because his nose was broken. Obviously, Armin clearly went out there and handled business, but it's like the guy's compromised in there.
Having your nose broken,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it definitely
so
matters.
Dumb shit like that, or dumb shit like whatever, like going after the fan, like I get it. Trust me, I grew up and have been my whole life a hothead. You know what I'm saying? But like you running up on fans while you walking, like why not running up on them, but hitting them while you walking, like it's just unnecessary shit, bro. Like,
but that's what he said. He said, Dana, I promise I'd be good boy. I'm sorry. I know hit fan. I know break nose. I know headbutt. I'd be good boy.
Yeah, and I mean, like there's always a chance to redeem himself. Like people do dumb shit, and especially like you said, when you don't.
He's a young fighter in his 20s who's rich and spoiled, bro.
Exactly. Like I get it, but also
imagine that.
Like,
imagine being that guy.
Because the guys you're fighting are not rich.
You almost smacked the tow truck dude today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That dude was just working.
But
you know what I mean? Imagine being rich, spoiled, a pro fighter, supposed to have a title shot. You headbutting Brody, bro. That's why I'd be like, I don't understand how you don't like Armo.
Nah, but I wouldn't go headbutt somebody before I fight them. No. Not like in a.
You know what's fucked up? I'm gonna let it slide because he really doesn't believe it. And I know him because I have arguments with him all the time that this is a dead end argument because he truly believes that in his heart. But I know from the outside, experiencing you from the third person or from the first person, that you absolutely would headbutt somebody during fight week if they just said one thing that you didn't like. I know that for a fact. And you can believe whatever you like, and I expect you to. Whatever.
Moving on.
Yeah, therapy.
Moving on. From Armin, but no, yeah. He's been funny. He's been cool. He was on that podcaster that I showed you, that Matan.
He was on the Matan. Yeah, the kid. Yeah, that kid is great.
I love
that kid. Is great. Talk about being hilarious and just stale face.
Yeah. Like I still do not know what part of it is jokes, what part of it is him.
If the accent's real.
Yeah, none of it.
I don't even know.
I don't know. The fact that he hates Jewish people so much, but he clearly is
but he's Jewish.
Yeah, he even said, like, I'm an ex-Jew. He said I'm an ex-Jew.
He said he's not Jew no more. It's crazy.
Bro, the kid is a genius.
No, he's a genius.
I don't get it.
He's hilarious.
But he was
and he's polarizing. And that's part of doing numbers too, is you gotta have people hate you too. See, that's why we only get 300 views, because people love us so much and they don't hate us.
I have to make people hate me. But yeah, Armin was on there and he was funny. Like, he's a funny dude, you know, and he has similar humor to shit that I would say. It's just the antics in like leading up to the fight shit. Like, I'm okay with all the shit you say and do. If I was in title contention, like, I'll be saying some wild shit. I say wild shit and I'm a regular ass person. You know, so, but it's the fucking up people's bread and shit like nah, bro. Like, just because you're rich, Dan Hooker might not be. Dan Hooker got a family to provide for. Thanks. And you headbutting this man on stage. You know, like, you might have just fucked up the whole fight and now this guy can't make money, but you're going to go back and drive your Bugatti back, you know what I'm saying, to the hotel.
And then to that he says, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was not my problem, brother. Yeah. Not my problem. My circumstances.
Exactly. My circumstance. I don't know. Maybe Dan Hooker might just need to catch him somewhere else.
No, and that's perfectly cool too. I'm cool with the other side of that. Yeah. That's what comes with that for me too. Is like, yeah, you could do all this shit, and like, I'm not mad at you, bro. You're a 20-something-year-old fighter, bro. Do what you want. At the end of the day, unless somebody check you about it, they check you about it. But now, when somebody check you about it, be ready to get checked about it. And I think he's cool with both, and that's why I'm not mad at somebody who's like, yeah, whatever, bro. Catch me wherever I'm at. Catch me at the supermarket, bro, and tell me something there. And then when you tell me something there, we handle it too. I don't give a fuck. Right? Because what the fuck then? You gonna smack me, I'm gonna smack you. Somebody's gonna beat somebody up. Whatever, bro. And I'm cool with that. If you're down for the consequences of whatever choice you make, I'm cool with it. But anyway, yeah, that's too much. That's glazing now at this point. Other than that, in fight news, Teofimo Lopez
lost to Tupac Shakur.
Not Tupac Shakur, Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, whoops.
Come on, man.
I don't really watch boxing like that. Not anymore. But I did see Teofimo Lopez talking hella shit.
Nah, he apologized for slavery last night after he lost. You saw it?
Ain't no apologizing.
Nah, you went too far.
He was fucking wild. His mouth was wild.
Bro, he said, I'm sorry, slavery. I'm like, bro, he got knocked upside the head that bad. He was going nuts.
So you're talking to a grown-ass man.
And I thought Teofimo was better than that to get shut out like that. That was 12-0.
I didn't see it, but I heard. I watched some highlights.
He got sauced up.
People were complaining apparently, like that Shakur Stevenson just jabs a lot. It's like, okay, bro.
Like, people complain anytime a black guy wins a fucking boxing match. Dead ass. I'm
Anytime a
tripping.
black person wins anything,
Anytime a black person wins
Anything.
something,
Anything.
it was
Yeah,
only
yeah,
because
yeah.
of this. It was
Yeah.
only because of it.
It's
No, it was
only 'cause
because
of genetics.
No, it was because he was
sh-
fucking better, bro. Like, just it's okay. Like, why y'all so upset at that shit?
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
but
speaking of that, fuck that shit. Speaking of that, my man's top got blown off. The black dude. Speaking of that shit, yo, his top got blown off his shit. You seen it?
I saw that.
Bro, please tell me y'all seen that. Have you
Was-
seen that shit?
But was that live yesterday that happened?
I believe so,
Was
bro.
that on that same card?
I think it was on Teofimo's card. That's when I started seeing it.
You gotta be crazy.
Oh yeah,
to
it was
go
live
into a
because you know
boxing-
JYD, the bald boxer dude on Instagram.
Nah.
He was like, yo, this the first ever live terrible John. He
Yeah,
does something a terrible
to-
John.
Bro, you're going into a fight on live TV. Why are you, bro? If you're bald, you're
Yo.
bald. Bro, you're a fucking professional fighter. If you're
Now
bald,
what he said? He said,
you're bald, bro.
he said, haircut coming off the bone.
Boy, you're looking like a bowling ball.
Yeah, bro. His top got blown back, bro. But then apparently, I don't know. He said, yo, man, he said, what happened was I had the shampoo underneath. I went to my mom's house, right?
There.
Nah, bro, peep. He said it was ammonia bleach. Yo, my man said, I went under, my mom had shampoo bottles under the table. I grabbed one. I think it was ammonia bleach. He said, I thrown that.
He said that?
Yeah, he said, I throw it in my hair. My hair starts falling off. This was just a few days ago. A few days ago, I had my hair, my own hair, right? He said, yo, I put that shit, it started falling out my head. He said, so I called my mans, yo, get me the piece, man. I'm going to just put the piece, whatever, fucking, man. I'm a comedian. I don't know if he really was like, life's funny like that, or if he's actually a comedian and it was all a stunt or what, but hey, man, I'm going to let you know right now, that's going to live on.
That shit's crazy.
That's gonna live on.
But my little
His top got blown back.
Because my little sister, I want to say she was probably like, she had to be like 8, something like that. One time, me, her dad, and everybody were watching TV in the living room, and she comes out of the bathroom, and like her hair is like really like wet, like just like there's some product in it.
Yeah.
And then we start smelling burning, and
no.
her dad asked her at the time, he's like, what does that smell? And she was like, oh, I don't know. I put leave-in conditioner like like my other sister would probably do, I guess. Her older sister.
Yeah.
And she put Nair in her hair as a leave-in conditioner, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Luckily we caught it quick. So, some hair fell out. Yeah. But nah, bro. She put Nair as leave-in conditioner. Can you imagine?
Nah, but my man still had the fade.
Shit would have been on
my man
fire.
still had the fade with the George Jefferson on top, but the fade on the
That's almost
side,
as
bro.
bad as-
He caught the fade for sure. He caught the
It's
fade
almost
for
as bad as Jaylen Brown painting his whole fucking head to play away games again. You know they're gonna wear white jerseys. Why are you painting
It's
your
just
head?
rubbing off on the
Why-
jersey. It's
Wear
crazy.
that shit when you're home. Wear that shit when you're at home and the other teams come with their black jerseys.
Yeah, bro.
Why are you gonna paint your head and they're gonna have their white jersey and then you're gonna rub that shit off on their jersey?
Yo, speaking of basketball,
TV.
Yo, speaking of basketball, show them the cards you got. Yo, Ozzy. Let me let y'all know right now. He's trying to drag me into this shit too.
I'm an obsessive person.
He is obsessed with what do you call them? Trading cards now.
Nah, they're collectible.
What do you call them?
Yeah, so
Oh no, you don't trade them. You only collect them now.
I mean, if somebody's down to trade,
I got some shit. I guarantee you, I could trade you for that motherfucker right now.
but yeah, so growing up, I was big into like collecting sports cards and Pokemon cards and everything. And unfortunately, maybe not unfortunately, it was a nice gesture, but my mom was growing up always very welcoming, and she, would like to help people out. And she helped out some friends, and when they had a falling out and they moved out of the crib, they stole all my Pokemon cards, all my basketball cards. I'm talking about like shit that was whatever at the time, but now we're talking about like rookie Kobe cards. I had a whole multiple page collection of like Michael Jordan cards. I'm talking about cards that I'd be looking up now. I remember the
90s
pictures.
and 2000s.
Yeah, and I remember the photo on the card,
man.
and I'm looking at them now going for like $10,000, $5,000 a card, and I have binders. Yeah, so it's like it was always like such a daunting thing to want to get back into. I'm like, I don't want to get back into like collecting cards when I had all the cards of my favorite players, Like,
Yeah.
But recently I just got addicted to this show about collectors, and long story short, I was like, you know what, fucking, I'm gonna get back into it. I'm an adult now. I'm more responsible. I know how to do it, and I'll just, get the pieces I want. And bought a few packs, and I hit you up. What was this, yesterday? Was it yesterday?
This was yesterday. I believe so.
Yeah. After I left the barbershop.
Yeah, it was yesterday after
I
you
got
left
a
the shop.
haircut, and I text you. I was like, "Oh my god, bro, you're not gonna believe." And then the first thing you thought it was, "Oh nah, he found himself like a Colombian wife."
Yeah, because you said I found. What you said? You said I got a banger. I finally landed a banger. I said, I thought he found his wife.
I finally, yeah. And then I sent him a picture of.
I'll zoom in. That's the Wemby.
Zoom in, because if I bring it over here, it's gonna be even more zoomed out. But of Victor Wembanyama, it's called patented. It's an insert card.
Give him the details, man. Let him know.
It's an insert card it's a very rare, like super short print. If you don't know, it just means that there's not a lot of them out there. I didn't know anything when I opened it. I was just like, oh, this is a fucking cool card. Put the card
Came
down.
up.
Yeah. Then I go to take a shower. I take my phone in the shower because I'm still geeked off this card that I just saw. I want to look it up. And I look it up, and raw, just no grading, no nothing. That card's going for like almost $600.
Let's go.
You're talking about off of like a $30 pack of cards.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm freaking out. And then I look, and there's no sales of it at all graded. Like, it's never been posted graded for sale. It's never sold for graded sales. So I'm just hype about if I get it graded and it grades well, like, I have a few $1,000s in a card. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a little piece of paper with a fucking picture on it. So I just got lucky. I just been pulling a bunch of good shit, just getting back into the hobby. So it's just, it's a fucking dorky little hobby.
We got to make the catch the fade. We got to make the catch the fade trading cards.
Yeah,
or collectibles.
And I think making AJ the card.
It kind of did spark a little something, right?
Yeah, I was like,
because you made that.
Yeah.
You made AJ.
Yeah, and then I had that just displayed in my room for so many weeks or whatever.
Start subconsciously hitting you.
That card looks cool.
You're a consumer.
Yeah.
You're a consumer. Buy something.
And it's completely consumed my life now for the last few weeks, to where like it's all I think about. It's all I talk about now. I'm like back on it.
Yo, he hits me up. And mind you, I don't know anything about cards or nothing. He's like, yo, wait till I tell you.
Yeah.
I said, well, tell me. I'm thinking it's something about something that we share an interest in. He's like, nah, this card shit. I'll tell you later. I said, oh, I can't wait. Wow, I can't wait till later. Wait, save the big reveal for me, bro. He can't wait to tell me. But no, I'm a good friend. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna listen to the card shit. I'm gonna pretend I kind of understand what he's talking about.
When I hit him with
it's like when your Bitcoin homies start talking Bitcoin. You understand that shit when it was telling you NFTs?
A little bit.
It's a non-fungible token. So the thing is, it really doesn't exist, but it does exist, but it only exists in your file.
It
but
don't
it does
exist no more.
But it's when I say, yo, wait up, that shit don't sound right. And now I heard him talking about these no more.
Them shits are worth pennies now.
I tried to tell him. I say, yo, first of all, if I don't understand it, look, I know I play stupid and I have a funny, dumbass sense of humor. If I don't understand this shit right now, bro, it's not real, bro. It's like, all right, well, you'll see. I said, well, now, I see.
It's hard enough to sell people on collecting art, but then to sell them on collecting art you can never touch, that is not there. And then I can screenshot it and we got the same shit. I don't care.
No, but
I don't care if the metadata says what. Not guess what? I screenshotted it and now I made it a physical thing because I went to fucking FedEx Kinko's and I printed that bitch and I put it in my room.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, NFTs was never going anywhere.
Yeah, we need something fungible.
Sorry guys,
not
but I do know
non-fungible.
people who made money off of it when it was hot. Like, I know people.
No. And that was cool. Like quick flips. Yeah.
I know someone.
It's like meme coins and stuff like that.
I don't know, XXX Tentacion. You remember that last photo that he posted, the upside down? I don't know if you remember. I know the photographer who took that photo of him. So he made a quick come up
NFT
on that
off
NFT
of it
because it was hot at the time.
It's the equivalent of meme coins.
And he hit, you know what I'm saying? And dope photo. He got lucky that XXX Tentacion literally erased every photo on his fucking Instagram and only posted that one before he passed.
Wow, that's crazy.
So you know what I'm saying? Just a crazy circumstance. And and he struck when it was hot. So there was money to be made. But now on the flip side,
quick
all
bread
those
though.
dummies lost all that.
Quick flips.
Yeah. But that was just a long kind of fucking workaround. It's just like how I got back into cards. It's just something it takes me back to being a kid, collecting with my cousin, and just collecting with my aunt. My aunt used to like buy me Star Wars toys and shit as a kid, and she knew how much they were going to be worth, so she would buy all the same toys. And I'm talking about a closet full of just toys and collectibles. And I used to get pissed that she wouldn't let me open them, and I would beg her. And she would buy me. She had to start buying me multiples of the same toy. And still to this day, she has them in storage, unopened. And I can appreciate now what she did, because as an adult, I
You
don't
get
need-
why they needed to be closed, right?
Like, and I don't need to play with a toy now. Like, I can buy something and collect it now
Yeah.
because I'm an adult, and the fun of it for me isn't playing with them. But when I was a kid, I'm not gonna look at a fucking toy in a shelf. Like, no, you crazy? Like, I want to play with that shit.
Yeah.
So like, I can appreciate like what she did now, and so like I'm slowly getting into it more, where it's like I'm starting to see the value in things. You're talking about people save a fucking iPhone 1, a phone that everybody could.
Which you understand why, bro? Because then you'll see a Sega Genesis that's in pristine condition go
My
crazy.
Sega, bro, if I still had my Sega Genesis and Sega CD, like
Oh,
all these
man,
things that I
bro.
took for granted. So like now as an adult, I'm like, nah, I want to collect shit, like shit that I love, like these athletes that I watch and admire.
Yeah.
And it's cool photography, which I'm into. So it all just kind of ties in.
Kids,
And then I'm
say-
a dork.
save your external SSDs
Yo,
from
save
today.
Everything.
Because 30 years from now, them shit's gonna look
Bro.
vintage and wavy.
Bro, save everything, man. On this show,
That
I'm talking-
MacBook,
I've seen
Shit's
people
gonna look
sell
crazy.
shit that it was shit that I had when I was a kid. And I'm like, man, this is garbage. Garbage.
turn the
garbage.
world into hoarders if they listen to our advice.
Man, get yourself a fucking storage for $20 a month and save everything.
For real.
Save
though.
everything.
No, there's gonna be some valuable stuff that you have in your possession right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's this week's
Yeah.
current events, I guess you could say. Other than that, shout out to Stone Cold Steph.
Stone Cold Steph. She got a dub.
She got the W
And not
in Tennessee. I believe she was in Tennessee boxing.
'cause
Yeah, it was a
she-
boxing
second
W.
fight in her boxing.
Yeah,
her
she,
pro boxing
first
career.
round TKO.
Yeah. But not only that, nominated and won Female Fighter of the Year. MMA obviously is from Stephanie.
I didn't see that.
said-
Did you really? I didn't see
mean,
it.
it's from an organization that we're not going to mention on here.
Yeah, facts.
But it is the biggest organization
Let's
in the
go.
Southeast. So
Yo,
shout out
to
Steph
you,
Calderon, Stone Cold Steph.
That's the homie.
Yeah, family to the show now. Shout out to you, Steph. They made a little montage where
Cool.
she with the two towels thrown in.
Beautiful,
and shit.
man.
Yeah, it was,
I
it was
love
a
to
cool
see
little
that.
montage. But shout out to Steph, Female Fighter of the Year.
Love that.
Was there another? I feel like I had another shout out. I don't have another shout out. No, we shouted out Matt.
We
already.
shouted out
Yeah,
Matt
yeah,
for his title win.
Shout out Matt again. If
And
anything.
that's pretty much it for this week.
Yeah.
If you're entertained by our bullshit, subscribe, like, share. Those things do help us out. Oscar's too good to say those things, so I'll be the guy to go ahead and eat it.
I just
Subscribe to our channel. We work very hard to make content for you guys. We also enjoy ourselves, but we want to keep this thing going, keep it moving. Growth is very important to us. So yeah, subscribe. Tell your mom about it. Tell your pops about it. Tell your step pops about it.
I need
And your
money to
uncle, that one that
supply
he be
this.
over there kind of, you know what I'm saying? He drink a little too much. Tell him too,
Tell him
man.
about it too, yeah.
We're not discriminating against who watches
Nah,
us, man.
Facts. Honestly, I need money to supply this new card addiction. So all those views, they're gonna add up, and man, we're gonna hit a card. So yeah,
And my son
Thank
likes
you.
Jordans and shit already now. All of a sudden, so yeah.
And he's already
He be in
too fly
Japanese,
for
yeah.
his
He be in
age.
Japanese. He be in Japanese denim and shit. I said, "How you got Japanese denim?" I said,
He's
"Mommy
already
ordered
too
it
fly
for
his
me."
age, yeah.
I said, "Bro, this."
I've never had Japanese denim in my life. I've never wore
Yo,
Japanese denim.
and shout out to our soccer plug too, because he got all the track kits and all that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
nice.
man, yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yes,
Been
sir.
another episode of Catch the Fade, baby.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Peace.
Yeah, with 5 knuckles say to the face. Inside these bars, you in a chokehold. My back fist is one of the greats. Landed with grace though. Cause at the same time it strike you yelling Christ, save me from this hellhole. You lucky these ain't Tim's, bro. Boy, come out to play, ain't no thing, you can catch the fade.